What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Shout out to Melyssa Ford. Can I get a round of applause for Melyssa Ford? She had her last suspension or break or vacation, PTO, whatever we're going to call it. I don't know who issued it, but this last suspension that she came off of, apparently she had an epiphany. She had an epiphany on the JBP. She had an epiphany with the JBN. She had an epiphany with her own network or podcast. Let me not say network yet. Hot and bothered. Everything is changing for Melyssa. I think she's starting to realize her leverage is running thin. Joe is done with the antics. No longer am I willing to put up with all the bullshit that you put us through behind the scenes, because they're starting to let it shine more and more. How many times have they had to pause a pod because Melyssa got hurt with something they were saying towards her and she was crying, stopping the set 30 minutes, 45 minutes, leaving the set? There's been plenty of episodes where she's left. What happened to the times where all of these things used to happen? She had an epiphany, I'm telling you. And then I checked on her Hot and Bothered page to see what direction she was taking that. Notice how she has not been saying anything health related on the JBP. So I went and checked her Hot and Bothered page. I was like, interview. And she's taking all of her ties from the music industry and from the Hollywood industry. And she's asking for them favors early with the anticipation that her pod is going to turn into a Jennifer Hudson-esque show. Stay with the course, Melyssa. Don't go jumping from season to season doing this, and then I'm going to do interviews this season, and the next season I'm going to do a cooking show. Me personally, I can't believe she had a cooking show at all, considering she has not made this mac and cheese yet, and it's just never going to happen. But I actually want to make this video to give her praise. Mark Lamont Hill was on yesterday, Ray Daniels was on yesterday, and Joe Budden was on yesterday. And they had 3 back-to-back gender war topics that are honestly ruling social media feeds right now. Every time I get on my Facebook feed, I see Halle Bailey and DDG. Every time I get on Instagram, I'm seeing pictures of Cassie and Diddy. Every time I get on YouTube, I'm seeing the video breakdowns of everything that's happened. And people are still talking about Shannon and his girl in that case, even though it has kind of died down. But Melyssa didn't lose her top on any of these conversations. None of them. She actually chimed in. She actually gave the thought of, without generalizing, women. She was the voice for women that Joe wanted to hear from. She gave her take. She didn't agree with most of the shit that Tory Lanez did, that DDG is accused of, or any of these men are accused of. She's not agreeing with it, but she didn't let it derail the show like she had in the past. It was just a nice gender war topic. And then because Mark Lamont Hill was on the show, we were able to get the actual gist of what's going on instead of just opinion. Niggas just opining on serious topics. I thought they handled it with grace. And then when Joe brought up the bear again, she didn't lose her top. And she had a moment when she screamed. You could tell when somebody is screaming out of frustration or screaming for entertainment purposes. And that's what she was doing. That could be her drop. I don't want to hear her scream every time, but that's how we want you to interact, Mel. That's how clearly Joe wants you to interact. So shout out to you for doing what you needed to do to get your full-time job and your full week paycheck. Because Flip keeps alluding to it that you weren't supposed to be here on Friday. And he also alluded to him possibly getting you back on full-time. So best believe we're going to hear this story or this breakdown from Flip a month or two from now. Because he already alluded to you being on as a result of him. So let's talk about Hot and Bothered. Why did you get off the health tip? Did you take everyone's advice finally Did you see the statistics and the views from that and realize you're not going to get where you need to go with that? Did that Jadakiss interview from season 1 pique your interest on changing trajectory just completely? Did the interview that you did with Tasha Smith let you know, yeah, I'm heading in the right direction, because none of my other views or none of my other shows pertaining to health and women's health did these numbers? And it's not that it's not an important topic, because me, myself, I think it's very prevalent in today's society. Everybody needs to stay on top of their health, men and women. But you aren't a doctor. And if I have to give any critiques on your current style of podcasting, which is the interview base, you're still going to have to give up or divulge a little bit about yourself, man, before you just take on this trajectory. I don't know what these Hollywood quote-unquote elite don't understand, and the ones that do. You'll see it, and you'll see it in their following and the presence that they have on social media and all that. You have to connect with your audience. There's still people that are rocking with you, Melyssa Ford, that have no idea who you are. And because you showed us that you're a video vixen and you're trying to show us now that you're an intellectual, you have to come with receipts. We got to see why you're intellectual as opposed to just talking about it. You got to see it in your actions. But I'm not trying to say you're dumb or try to question your intelligence. I'm just saying you still have to show a little bit more of yourself in order for people to connect with you. That shit doesn't bother y'all, and not y'all, the audience. I'm just talking about the people that create and their shit's not connecting like they want it to. It doesn't bother y'all that y'all have all these sub counts, but then y'all check the views and there's niggas like me and other people out here with way less sub counts, but their views daily are better than yours. That doesn't bother y'all? Why do y'all think that is? Y'all think that y'all could just hide behind y'all face or y'all imagery. Y'all think y'all could just purport an image to the public and they'll just fall for it and eat it up. No, nigga, no. And unfortunately, your pod style previously has turned people off of you as opposed to garner you fans. So hopefully this new approach that you take, hopefully the epiphany that it seems like you had after this recent suspension, hopefully it'll open your eyes up to start connecting more with your co-host. That way you'll be able to start connecting more with the audience. And then more people will gravitate to your channel. And then you'll be able to get whatever you want at the end. Because let's be honest, Melyssa, you're a boss in your mind just like Joe's a boss in reality. You don't want to work for this nigga. I wouldn't want to work for this nigga. You can't belittle me every day. You can't denigrate me every day and expect me to want to come to work. You want to be a boss, and you can be, but you have to take the proper steps. It's not just going to fall into your lap. It hasn't pissed you off that every venture that you've tried outside of being a video vixen has fallen flat on its face, yet everybody still looks at you with admiration. That shit doesn't bother you? You've got to find the disconnect. It's up to you. Goddamn, this somehow turned into a critique video when I was trying to give you props because I see the direction that you're taking. And I'm happy for you. But if you don't want this to be a reoccurring cycle, you got to break the loop. So these are just me giving tips on the way you could possibly break this loop. Because there's no way my YouTube channel could be at 40,000 subs and I'm only getting 1,000 to 2,000 views on the videos that I drop. Especially if I'm not dropping every day. But I appreciate y'all as always. I've been telling a couple of people in the comments that I'm finna ramp it up. I'm finna show y'all another video coming out today. Joe told us to clip this shit up with Flip in 2027. So I got a video coming out on that today too. Y'all stay tuned. I appreciate all the support. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know I appreciate you. See y'all a little bit later. Y'all stay safe. Peace.